Namaste. Hope everyone is enjoying their Thursday. Well, all of us are going to get, up there as far as age is concerned. And how can we help our joint health? That is the topic for today's discussion with Shri Soham. Shri Soham is a naturopathic doctor and yoga therapist of international repute. He has his yoga studios in India and all over the world under Soham. So thank you so much, Shri Soham ji, for joining me from Egypt. I know you're a wandering yogi. That's what. Thank you.
Well, thank you, madam. Thank you so much.
So let's just start with what happens, since you're a naturopathic doctor as well, I want to ask a question as to what happens as we start aging to our joint health and bone health.
See, as you all aware that, once we start aging, the joints loses its flexibility, the bones becomes weaker, the muscles lose their strength. So basically the bones, muscles and joints, all these three are interlinked. Okay. If the bones and muscles are stronger and healthier, then automatically joints are healthier. So as we become older, as we become aging, so we lose that joints flexibility and joints mobility because the bones become weaker and the muscles become weaker. So that's what we do in our naturopath or in our yoga therapies. What we do is, instead of treating the joints directly, we start treating the bones and muscles. That's how you can see that's what happens during the aging process. The joints becomes more weaker and weaker because of the muscles and bones.
Okay, so how do you how can we start doing when we are younger, right? We don't want to find out we are out there now, there's no recourse.
See, as you are aware that, yoga involves many weight bearing poses in which tension is applied to muscles and bones. Yes, you are aware of this. Practical yoga, practicing yoga is a way of great strengthening. It's a way to strengthen your bones and muscles, which improves the density over time. It doesn't happen rapidly. It's a very slow process, but definitely it improves the bone density over time. Especially people with who is suffering from these osteoarthritis, arthritis of the knees or the joint pains, they really find yoga to be the like a free form of exercise that improves flexibilities and functions. Also same with the muscles. Most of our yoga practices, what we do, we involve many muscles in the body. As you work to hold and balance in yoga poses, the muscles around your joints, they get strengthened. As stronger muscles support the body, there is a less strain and stress. There is stress and strain on your joint is relieved. So stronger your muscle, healthier and safer your joints are. As your old joints become stronger, your flexibility and range of motions will increase along with your stability. This is what happens. So the best way to strengthen your joints or to keep your joints healthier, the most best way these days especially is yoga. Practicing yoga in a proper way.
Sure. So yoga has so many asanas and postures, and it's a huge, big word, right? So maybe, and this is a quick 10-minute session. I know we cannot cover the whole session, but maybe you can give our viewers some tips on simple type of posture, simple type of breathing exercise. How should we get started with? We know yoga is so huge.
See, first of all, people should understand yoga is not only on the mat. Okay, yoga should be off the mat also. Yoga is not a workout. Yoga is a working. Yoga is not only doing some advanced asanas or advanced exercises. It's all a way of living. The way you breathe, the way you sit, the way you stand, everything is included in yoga. Mainly what yoga teaches is to be mindfulness always, to be aware of your postures, to be aware how you're sitting, to be aware how you're interacting with others. Everything it teaches. Especially when today's topic is more about joints and muscles and bones. That's why I would give some of these recommendations. See, if you remember in our India, there is a proverb called as Pair Garam, okay, Pet Naram or Shir Thanda. We say this proverb always. That means our feet should be warm our tummy should be loosened and our head should be cool. But what's happening nowadays is it's everything happening opposite. Our feet are so cold and our tummies are so hard because of the constipation, and we are always in stress. Too much of heat, too much of stress. So remember, we also say sarva roga moolam udiram, means every disease starts from the tummy part. Once the digestion is not happening very well in your body, the metabolism is not happening in your body, it definitely affects your joints, your muscles, every organs in your body. This is also very important, especially for the aging people. The more age they become, the digestion, the metabolism, we call it as agni, jataragni. So the agni becomes less, the fire becomes less. Once the fire becomes less during your metabolism, definitely indirectly or directly it affects your bones and muscles and joints. So my tips to everybody is, at least keep 60 minutes in this 24 hours, at least 60 minutes for yourself. Practice warm-up exercises. The best exercises for joints and bones and muscles or sukshma vyayama. We call it as micro exercises. It's a very big set of exercises. I know we cannot teach this in this 10 minutes of introduction video. Okay, it's a set of exercises which is called as sukshma vyayama. Lot of patients comes to our hospitals and our ashrams with lot of joint issues, arthritis, osteoarthritis, many things. Automatically, when they keep practicing sukshma vyayamas and with good food, a proper diet, food with calcium foods and lots of water intake and warm-up exercises, warm-up breathing techniques, all these things definitely helps them to keep their overall body healthier and especially the joints healthier. So the tip is, just dedicate 60 minutes of the per day, at least for your own sake, doing all these positive lifestyle activities like yoga, meditations and pranayama and awareness and mindful walk, mindful awareness. Very, very important is being mindful. Whenever you're sitting, be mindful. Okay, I'm not sitting straight, I need to sit straight. Okay, I'm not walking properly, I need to walk properly. I'm lifting something, I need to lift it properly. So this is called as awareness. So people should be aware of what they are doing. This is the best tips one can have.
Sure. So any particular type of pranayama you think would help with the joint health, or any particular type of asanas?
See, yes. Yeah. The particular types of pranayama is basically, we call it as Bhastrika pranayama. Okay. This is a kind of a fire breathing. What we say that, again, I told you that Jataragni, along with Jataragni, totally there are 13 types of fire in our body. Each fire helps for each metabolism in our body. And especially the fire which is very important for our joints. This particular fire can be increased or it can be balanced in our body by doing Bhastrika pranayama. Doing Bhastrika pranayama is very easy. You just need to keep your hands near the chest. Okay, while you are inhaling, you raise your hands with force, and when you're exhaling, you bring your hands with force. I can show some of so few times you can observe. Okay, so you inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So doing like this, at least for start with 1 minute. Start with 1 minute, 30 breaths for 1 minute. Then second minute, you can start for 60 minutes. 60 times for 1 minute. And the third, 120, faster, faster. So if you're practicing 3 times breathing technique like this, Bhastrika pranayama, this helps a lot to increase the fire in your body. Once the fire increases, Pachana Shakti, the metabolism, the digestion happens very good. If the digestion happens very good, the nourishment happens very good to the body. If the nourishment happens good to the body, of course, all our joints and bones and muscles will be very healthy. So along with this pranayama, as I told you that Sukshma Vyayamas are very important for keeping our joints healthier and warm, So some of the Sukshma Vyayamas are very easy. You don't need to be an advanced yoga trainer to do this Sukshma Vyayama. Even a senior citizen can sit comfortably on the chair and they can just practice, movement of their joints and as if they are squeezing the balls, the neck movement and the shoulder movement, okay, and the elbow movement. These are all called as micro exercises, Sukshma Vyayamas. So these exercises helps a lot.
All right. Well, thank you so much. This is a quick 10-minute session that we wanted to bring. I know you're very busy. Thank you so much, and namaste for joining us all the way from Egypt.
Sure, definitely.
Time for us. Anything else you'd like to add before I wrap up? And any last? Yes.
My last word is be happy and be healthy. Nowadays, especially because of this pandemic, what is happening, there is more and more stress level happening to everyone. Stress level is definitely affecting our physical body, mental body, and spiritual body. The only way to come out of this is take care of yourself. I'm not saying ignore others, but first take care of yourself. If you have enough in your bowl, you can give to others. When you are empty, you cannot give to others. The same way, when you are healthy, you can also keep others happy and healthier. So please concentrate on your physical aspects now. It's very, very important during this pandemic situation. Everything will be fine. Keep practicing, and namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.